Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel for everything Arsenal and everything football. Thanks for being here. I hope you're all doing well. And yeah, we're finally here. Sorry, I had to go and watch the Tottenham game and the United game at the same time. Everything all over the place, but yeah, we are here now. We're just going to be doing a reaction for the match and the lineup reaction first, the first half, the second half, and of course the player ratings at the end. I'll be waiting for some guests to come on, but for now, I'll be going through the lineup. Let me go through the lineup first. We lost, yes, but we are through, and Tottenham are out. That's the most important thing. So let's go to the lineup first. For our lineup today, any surprises for me? I predicted lineup to be benched for Ryan. I wanted Ryan to start, but as clearly you could see, like the game wasn't done. It's always Arsenal. And then the back four of Bellerin, Tierney, Gabriel, and Luiz, I was happy with. I was okay with Gabriel and Luiz. I would have rested Tierney because of the West Ham game, but I wouldn't mind him starting. In midfield, though, that three in midfield doesn't really impress me. Like having El Neni, Xhaka, and Ceballos, that doesn't really impress me. And you could see today they really kind of struggled. We had no impact in the game at all. Xhaka, El Neni, Ceballos, too slow in midfield. Ceballos can't stop giving away the balls. It's very, very frustrating. And then up front, you had Aubameyang, Smith Rowe, and Pepe. Now, for Pepe, I expected him to start in place of Saka. For Smith Rowe, I would have rested him myself. And Aubameyang obviously didn't start against Tottenham, so he had to play in this game. And then on the bench, you had Ryan Okonkwo, who's the under-23s keeper. So I was happy to see him in the team. Chambers, Cedric, Pablo Mari, Holding, Partey, Odegaard, Lacazette, Martinelli, and Ketty and Nelson came into the team. So I was really, really surprised with that. But they didn't get a chance, obviously, because we didn't win the game early. The plan was always to score 2 or 3 goals and then bring on Nelson, bring on Ketia, bring on Martinelli. But as always with Arsenal, we always make it hard for ourselves, always. So let me know what you guys thought about that lineup. Personally, I wouldn't have gone for that kind of defensive football because with Shaka Sabas El Neni, that looks like we were trying to go for a nil-nil, happy with the nil-nil, and then hope Aubameyang scores. So for me, that lineup was all over the place. Don't worry, I'll come to screen very soon. GGMU TV, all the best in your game. AC Milan hold on for a nil-nil, and United will be out, obviously. Why do we complicate everything? We could win 7-0 and still have Sabas and others make enough mistakes. Welcome to Arsenal, Cookie. Welcome to Arsenal. Yeah, if you guys go out, if United go out today and Tottenham are out, then I'll be very confident about winning this trophy. Like we have Granada, we have the likes of Dinamo Zagreb. Yeah, we'll be very confident. Let's talk about Spurs. We will. Don't worry, Lewis. We will. Come on, AC Milan. Yep, come on, AC Milan. Let's get United and Spurs out. Emil must have been hurt. Yes, he must have been hurt, definitely. Archie says, how are you doing? So I'm doing very good. I'm doing very good. Yes, we lost the game. Tottenham are out. So that kind of makes me happy. So that was the lineup today. I was surprised not to see Willian in the squad at all. Willian was not in the squad at all. Is he being rested for the important games? I don't know. For the defense, again, Tierney, I wasn't happy with him starting. I wasn't happy with Smith Rowe starting. I wanted them to be rested. So that was the lineup for today. Let me know your thoughts on the lineup. Let me know your thoughts on the lineup. Probably a bad time to do the reaction because Tottenham was going on and United is also going on. So the focus for some people will be on those matches as well. So yeah, I'm still going to be confident. AC Milan are a great team. AC Milan are a great team. I do agree with you. So let's get into the first half reaction. So it wasn't what we really expected. I wanted an early goal, get one goal, get the job done early. But as you know, that's always just passing the ball around. It looked like we were very comfortable with the nil-nil, which I was very, very concerned with. I didn't want the nil-nil. That is very concerning. They could have scored any time, and I'm tired of this El Arabi guy, man. I'm tired of El Arabi every single time scoring against us. He has scored 5 goals in the Europa League, and 3 of those have been against Arsenal. That just shows you. So it's very, very unfortunate. We always make everyone look like Ronaldinho. Everyone look like Ronaldinho, literally. We didn't really do much. Just a bit. Hi, Cozy.
Hello,
Can you
bro.
hear me? I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
good. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm good. So we lost today. It's been long since I had you on, so I'm just
Yeah.
going through the first half.
Yeah.
So let's go to the lineup first. Let's go through the lineup first. So for our lineup today, what did you make of our lineup?
Okay, in my match preview, actually, I had said it's a game where we needed to do a lot of squad rotation. I thought, the the second team could come on. I thought he could change some players, and I think he did it. I was not troubled with the starting lineup. I don't think I was troubled. The only point I had there is, why is Gabriel Martinelli not in? And for me, it was the biggest question there. Why is Gabriel Martinelli not in? Why is he not starting the game? Because he deserves game time. And Mikel said it in his press conference that the only reason as to why Martinelli is not playing is on Mikel Arteta. So we thought he was going to give him around 60 minutes of playing time, or 70 minutes, but he didn't start. And for me, it's still a big question, because when he came on, he made a very big impact. He was great. So apart from that, I don't think there was any other thing I had. I think we played well in the first half, courtesy of the same starting lineup.
Yeah.
I didn't have the problem with the lineup. I didn't have any problems with the lineup. I thought we could actually have that ball in control the ball, have have possession with Mohamed Elneny, Emile Smith Rowe, and Ceballos and Xhaka in the midfield, because I think what he was trying to do was get this ball in the midfield, and try to to make it hard for Olympiacos to peruse through the midfield.
Yeah.
And I think he did it absolutely well, in the first half, apart from when we conceded early in the second half, and things did change. But I think the first, the starting lineup was okay.
Yeah. So which one do you usually prefer if you are a manager? Do you prefer your 3-0 ahead, 3-1 ahead, let's rest everyone, or do you prefer no, let's put everyone first, let's get 3 more goals in the first half and then take them off? Which kind of manager are you?
Truth is, I would love to see. I would love to see my team win every game. Win every game. So I want every game to be a win. I don't know whether that's because I'm a fan or what. And that's what I thought. Actually, and that's why I thought Gabriel Martinelli would bring to this team. I thought Martinelli could have added that pressure to go forward, and we could have scored. But if you look at how we were playing in the first half, it was basically Arsenal trying to sit back and trying, whenever we had the ball, we never went into dangerous areas. And not until when we conceded and we brought in Odegaard, and things changed. So I'm this kind of person who wants to win every game, and I want to be too comfortable, because just look at what has happened to Spurs. They have crashed out of the Europa League with a 2-0 goal advantage. Yeah, it's unbelievable, but it's happening. So for me, actually, what I would want, and what I would prefer, is if we had come into this game and got 2 early goals, which I think we would, because you see, when Odegaard and Partey come on, we miss a lot of chances. Aubameyang misses chances. Of course, it wasn't his day, was it? So I'm this kind of person who wants to get the points, win and win and win.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So United have just scored against AC Milan. It's now 1-0. So I was happy the lineup, as I said earlier on, but would have rested Tierney and Smith Rowe, because those two players, they can get injured anytime, as well as Partey, so I would have rested him. But yeah, the first half was kind of dull, but I was like, even if it ends 0-0, it's fine. We already did the job in the first leg. Let's focus on the next rounds. But as soon as they scored, El Arabi, I am tired of this guy, Cozy. I am tired of El Arabi. He always scores against us, home or away, 2019, 2020, or 2021. He's always scoring against us. So what did you make of the goal? I think Ceballos gave away the ball again.
Yeah, exactly. And first and foremost, I actually thank you thank you for talking about the goal. The goal, we in a space of 3 games, we have conceded 2 goals from Dani Ceballos mistakes. And in our last 5 games, we have almost conceded 5 goals courtesy of mistakes. It's either Leno or Xhaka or Ceballos or someone. It's got to be an Arsenal player who's going to make a mistake. And For me, it
Yeah.
is frustrating. And when I saw, because I don't know why Ceballos and El Neni were in those positions, very advanced positions, both of them. That was never the game plan. If you looked at how we played in the first half, that was never the
Yeah.
game plan. They went too much advanced, forgot all about this space behind them. And what actually Olympiacos did, get this ball, this possess Arsenal, get this ball, and put it in that area behind Ceballos, Xhaka,
Hmm.
and Mohamed Elneny, and there was nobody there. And they attack us, and it is a sure goal, and they do score. I think it was a
Yeah.
goal that we could actually, these are goals that we can do away with. These are goals that we can fight against. I think the goals we shouldn't be conceding by now. These individual
Yeah.
mistakes are really costing us, games. Because for me, it was a game changer. You look at how Olympiacos started playing when they scored. They got a lot of confidence from the game, from the goal. They got a lot of belief. If they had scored a second goal, probably we could be out. We would have been out of that,
Yeah.
of this competition if if they had scored. So that game was, that goal was a game changer, and I'm going to blame it on the midfield, because they did neglect their role. The game plan was not going to, not to go into
Attack. Yeah.
attacking
Yeah.
advanced positions. Otherwise, we would have had Odegaard on. Would have had Thomas Partey on, because that's what they offer us. But the reason that's why
Yeah.
he brought El Neni, he brought Xhaka and Ceballos is try to control the game slowly, at a very
Yeah.
slow pace, and kill the game. Actually, that was the strategy. Kill the game for Olympiacos, make it boring, and let Olympiacos see there is no hope. But anyway, I think it's a goal we could have avoided. Avoidable goals. We have been up,
As always.
yeah,
As always.
been conceding them, and it's a goal we could have been, we could have avoided.
I think I always say every single reaction. If Arsenal were taking every one of our chances and we were not making mistakes, we'd win every single game 7-8-0, 7-8-0. Because of the number of chances we create, very, very unfortunate you have to miss all of them. So let's do the player ratings now. Time for the player ratings. So we had 11 players on the pitch and 5 of them came on. No halves as usual. Let's see what Cozy gives them this time round. So player ratings. What are we giving Leno in goal?
Really, I don't think. Okay, he didn't keep a clean sheet. It's a goal that I don't think he had much to do about. It was a deflection from Gabriel, so I can't blame him for the goal. I don't think
Yeah.
he would have done better. It wasn't his mistake at this time, at least. And then throughout the game, I think in the first half he made a very crucial save. By the way,
So,
against
yeah.
El Arabi, and what happens is Olympiacos, slot this ball in, and El Arabi is one-on-one with Leno, and that was a good, a very good save. He stands his ground and
Yeah.
makes that fantastic save with his leg. I think that was brilliant. Of course, like I said, I did talk about the goal. Yeah, I think that was the biggest save, but for me, it meant something, because if we had conceded at half time and then conceded early, in the second half, things were going to become very, very tough for us. So
Difficult.
I'll
Yeah.
give Leno a 7. I'll give Leno a 7. That's superb. That superb save. It probably is probably the reason as to why we are still in the competition.
Yeah, fortunately. So Leno 7, I agree with that. Very, very good save. I thought it was offside though. Like, I think if it went in, they would have checked it. So Leno 7, I agree with that. Hard strike back, Bellerin, a player. All of you are always like, okay, not trashing, but like, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. Like, you're always putting him in the limelight, like judging him a lot. So what did you give Bellerin for today?
Heki, by the way, one of the things I've noticed, I think, ever since did he get 5 yellow cards? I think ever since he accumulated 5 yellow cards, and then he skipped a game, and Cedric played in. It was way back in December or January. I think his performances have really, really significantly changed. I don't know whether people can, side with me and believe with me, but I think his performances have really changed. The goal we conceded, I think, it comes from his side, but I can't blame him so much because we lose the ball. We lose the ball from the midfield, and it takes no time for the transition to occur. So I may not actually blame him so much. One of the things I liked about him today is don't get exposed so much. He wasn't exposed so much. There were instances where you could see Hector Bellerin getting exposed all the time, crosses coming in from his side. I think that was not the case today. Limited errors from his side. I also love that, but of course, it was, like I said, it was to kill off the game. The game plan was to kill off the game. So we didn't expect much of our fullbacks to be in action, going forward, creating many chances. Of course, Kientiani did go forward and create a couple of chances that we should have buried. But I think, for Bellerin, much of his work was basically, sitting back and trying to, trying to help the team defend as a team. And I think there was not much trouble from Bellerin. There was not much trouble from Bellerin. So I can give him a 6. I don't think he was too vibrant in the game, but there is no reason as to why I would trash his performance today.
He went forward a couple of times. At that time, he went past like 5 players. I was like, is this Bellerin or Dani Alves from Barcelona? Like, he did very well. But obviously, the crosses sometimes all over the place. I'd actually give him a 7. I always feel like everyone is always harsh on him. I don't know how much he was dominated in the left side. I'll know about it when I rewatch the game, but I'd give him a 7. Then the next one is David Luiz. Personally, one of our better defenders these days. How about you?
Probably, I would say the most consistent one in terms of getting game time and performance. Because one of the problems I have with Mikel these days is he doesn't seem to have that starting 11. That pair that starts, in centre back. Every game comes with another pair. But I think David Luiz, what actually he brings to us, and I love this, is the fact that he is a leader. He gives a lot of, he gives us a lot of direction on the pitch. That leadership that we lack, because apart from David Luiz, Martin Odegaard, and Partey, and Kientiani, there are not so many other Arsenal players that can actually do the leadership role. I think Aubameyang is way too quiet to be a leader. I think Granit Xhaka, for me, is not a leader. However much he has the figure of a leader, he is not one. Ban Leno is not so much of a talkative goalkeeper, so he doesn't give much of direction. So I think David Luiz, the experience he has, he gives us experience. And he gives us that, that leadership. And I think today he was very, very fine. He was fine. Okay, the goal we conceded, he shouldn't have let El Arabi get that space, that shooting space, and all that time on the ball. I mean, what are you doing? This is a guy in front of you, and he, you clearly know he's trying to get shooting space. He's trying to get. He's already in range. He's trying to get, his foot, behind the ball, to find the back of the net. So I thought he could have done better on that ball, but he was literally ball watching. But throughout the game, I think he was brilliant. He was good, trying to drive that ball forward, playing from the back. We are very comfortable playing from the back when Luiz is there. Of course, he has that, those ball playing abilities that, everybody is going to witness if you've been a fan of David Luiz or a fan of a club he has played. And I think even today he was not bad. I'll give him that 7, by the way. I think his defense was not too shaky. He organized his defense very well with Gabriel. Not too shaky. It was, I think 2 occasions where I thought, we could have conceded. And one of the occasions we did concede, the other, Ban Leno came to the rescue. So I'll give him a 7. I think his defense was on point. I didn't have any issues with it.
Yeah, so Luiz, I'd give him that as well. If you watch the Tottenham game again, I know Tottenham didn't really press us. I was very surprised they didn't press us at all on Sunday. He was one of the main reasons why he won that game. He literally, every single pass was going to him, and he was the one pushing us forward. And the way he's takes those passes to the right wing, to the left wing, they didn't press him. He was bringing us from the back, taking us into midfield. He's very good at that. I don't think Holding can do that. Gabriel may be on the left side, but usually if you see the opponents when he's playing with Gabriel or Pablo Mari, they usually target him and leave the likes of Gabriel and Pablo Mari, and that is because they know Luiz can pick out a pass. So I'm very happy with him again today. I don't think he made any mistakes that I remember. So I agreed Luis having a 7. And then the next one is Gabriel. He's been terrible for like 1 month, and then all of a sudden he's now playing well. A lot of you made of his
Yeah,
performances the last 3-4 games.
exactly. Actually, that's what I was going to say, that he's been terrible
Yeah,
at some point in time. But we said it when we were beginning the season, and we said
yeah,
Gabriel is not going to be good all season. He's going to
all
have those
time, yeah,
nightmare games. He's going to have those nightmare periods. But you've got to stand by him, because now he is a very young defender, very good, very, very, very talented. You can build around him. You can build your team around him. And I think Mikel Arteta is very impressed with him. He gives you that as a manager. I think he gives Mikel Arteta that option of, you can build the team around me. You can build the defense around me.
assurance, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a matter of who is going to play with Gabriel. And today, I think he was, he had very good performances, especially in decision making. There are times when you just need to put that ball out. You just need to clear that ball away. And I think he's very good at that. He does that. When he needs to smash the ball, he does it. He's a ball playing centre back, but so many times when I see him taking the very right decision, like kick it away and let the team get breathing space. Let us get that time to realign and get in shape. And he gives the team that. But he also was very key, especially in playing from the back. And I think we are lucky, by the way, to have these two Brazilians, because Mikel likes playing from the back, and you need the players that have the ability to play from the back. I think Gabriel has the ability. I think David Luiz has the ability, rather than Rob Holding, because I don't think Rob Holding has the ability to play from the back. He's not that technically gifted. Yeah, I was satisfied with Gabriel. I'll give him a 7 as well. I don't remember. Of course, everybody's going to say the deflection and so on. But if David Luiz had not given El Arabi that shooting, that shooting space, then we couldn't have seen, the deflection from Gabriel. So I'll give him a 7 as well. I think the last 2 games, this one and the Spurs game, and actually the last 3 games, both legs against Olympiacos and then the North London derby, have been absolutely, good games for him.
Yeah, I do agree that he's been literally saved us in the last game. He was very good against Olympiacos in the first leg. And yeah, I think we're getting a good partnership between the two of them. So I'm happy with that. I think the experience of David Luiz is also really, really helping him. So Gabriel, you give him a 7?
Yeah. I gave him 7.
Okay, I'd give him a 7 as well. Then the last defender is Tierney, man. Let me tell you something. Tierney is my favorite Arsenal player. I don't know about you, but he is my favorite Arsenal player right now. I know Saka has been really good. Aubameyang, obviously, last season as well. Smith Rowe, I'm really loving him as well. Leno has always been very good for us. But Tierney, man, the way he takes on players, and then watching that open mic against Tottenham, where Arsenal posted on their YouTube channel, he's very good. Like, he was getting as frustrated as us. Like, why are you not scoring goals, man? How many chances are we missing? He's looking like a leader. The way him and Smith Rowe always have their socks like at the bottom, like they don't pull their socks up. Like, everything about them is just so good. So what did you make of Tierney's performance today?
Brilliant. I think, look, the commentators were saying he was looking a little bit tired. And I don't know how true that is, but I think, he makes so many overlapping runs, and this is the beauty about him. There is that goal, that chance that Pepe actually, I think he could have scored if Emily Smith had not had not gotten in the way. That would have been goal. But look at such a quality, delivery, and I think he's perfect. Look, he's not my favorite Arsenal player. My favorite Arsenal player is still Gabriel Martinelli. I really love Gabriel, and I will still shout until he gets game time. But the quality Kieran Tierney provides Arsenal is out of this world. It's just he's just so good. Going forward, defensive wise, And of course, the leadership you're talking about, he's always talking. Can we do this? Try to do this. And those players, he's one of those few players that almost have, 90% of the qualities to be in a national side. I'm telling you, for facts, 90% of the qualities to be, to perform at top level. And I think, you could see him. He's not shaken. He comes in the game. He wants to win. He's hungry, and his hunger grows by the day. Apart from unlike Bellerin, I think for him he went he went forward. He created the chances. Aubameyang should have scored. Pepe should have scored that one, but of course I don't want to blame anyone in this one. We are through to the quarterfinals, and I want to put my lens and camera on who we are going to draw and how we can actually get through them. But I'll give Kian an 8. I think his performance was better than any other Arsenal defender, because going forward, he tried to create the chances. He did create the chances. And I love it. I really loved it. I'll give him an 8. For me, he was the better player in defense, because he gets the time to go forward and create those chances. And however much he makes the overlapping runs, you'll never feel he's a liability defensive wise. And that's why I like about.
Okay, one of the other legend is here. Hey Jay, how are you?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'll be better if it's Milan equalize. So we've done the first 5 players, so we are now heading into Granit Xhaka. So I'll give you Granit Xhaka first.
Granit Xhaka, some may disagree, but I didn't see lots of him today. He was doing his bits in terms of the build-up play, moving the ball forward. He put a few tackles in, but nothing too special. But I'll give him a 6 for today.
6 for today, Klasi.
Xhaka in the midfield today. First of all, I thought he was the better player of Ceballos and Mohamed Elneny. I don't know what's wrong with Mohamed Elneny when he starts games, and Dani Ceballos. They look shaken. They look sloppy. And I think he was the man trying to support that midfield from breaking apart, at halftime.
Just imagine that. Xhaka is trying to support. Xhaka is the one supporting your empire. You're in big trouble. Go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know whether you guys would agree with me, but I think Mohamed Elneny and Dani Ceballos, they did a very good job, by the way, in the first half. But, there is that thing lacking in their performances. I don't know whether they're just not good enough, because I did go with I did a video about Granit Xhaka, and I said one of the problems he has is just he's not just good enough. That's all, to perform at top level. But at first time, in the first half, I felt more of him. When Thomas Partey actually came on pitch, I think he stole the show, but I think Xhaka was there. I think his performances were there. We can't give halves. I would have given him a 6.5. I'll give him a 6. But if we could 6.5, then I'll give him that 6. I'll give him that 0.5.
So the thing with Xhaka, okay, I think Xhaka's improved from what he was. I always tell AJ that. I think he has improved from what he was a couple of seasons ago. I like the way, because he's the one who allows Tierney to go forward. He's the one that usually covers that left back position, and Tierney drives forward. And you'd actually imagine that Xhaka is the one you'd want the ball on, like passing from the back, because he's good with the passes. But he makes so many mistakes that every time he has the ball, you're just like, and he picked up a yellow card as usual. Xhaka things as usual today, picking up another yellow card. But I think he was okay. I think he was the better of the 3 midfielders. I agree. So I'd agree with you guys and give him a 6 for today. Then the next one, AJ Elneny. Okay, let's go to you, Cozy, first, Elneny.
Mohamed Elneny, I'll give him that standard 5. I think in the first half, what we had to do is casually have this ball under control, have the game under control, try to put life out of the game, which is and it's today that I've seen putting life out of the game is also something not very easy. And I'll give some credit to Jose Mourinho on a couple of occasions, but I think I was not so much impressed with Mohamed Elneny. He's had these, sneak peeks of performances where he comes in and he performs well for 10 minutes, for 5 minutes. But today, when they gave him 45 minutes, it looked heavy again. It looked heavy on his shoulders, and he had to come off for the boat to balance. But I'll give him that 5. I don't think I can't pour too much criticism on him again. Not really. Yeah.
Great point on killing the game. It's not easy. I remember Mourinho's Chelsea in 2005-06. Also, even Burnley a couple of seasons ago. The moment they get the first goal against you, you're in trouble. You're not going to get any goal. They know how to waste time. They'll hit the long balls, get corners, take 4 hours to take the corner. They hit the ball, they waste time. The goalkeeper takes time on the goal kicks. Very, very bad. But I thought we did it well in the first half, but second half, El Neni, AJ?
El Neni, I'll agree with Cozy. I'll give him a 5. I think in some aspects, he helped releasing the ball, but he gave away the ball a few times, passed it to the opposition, because I think the key to having a comfortable night was to just keep the ball. And I could hear from my TV Arteta screaming, keep the ball, keep the ball. That was the intention. And one thing I liked was about Arteta today, as soon as we conceded, he made the subs, because normally he waits until 60, 70 minutes to make the subs. As soon as we conceded, he took Ceballos and Neni off, put Partey Odegaard on, who could control the game for us, and they did just that. So for El Neni today, I'll give him a 5. Yeah.
Can see Cookie giving him a 7. That is too high for El Neni. 7 is very, very high for today. I think 7 is probably the best player today, around 7 there. So I think that is too high for El Neni. Last week, yes, definitely. In fact, last week we could have gotten a 10, in fact. So I think 5 is fair for El Neni. He was average. Like, that's the problem, consistency. If he was performing like that every single week, like what he did last week in those few minutes, I'd be very happy. So, Cozy, next one I'll give you is Ceballos. As you said, I think you said 2 mistakes. I think you've left out a lot. Last week, he made the mistake against Olympiacos as well. Today, I think he gave away the ball. 2 against Benfica, although the free kick is not literally his mistake, but it came from him. So 4 mistakes in the last 3 games, I think, from Ceballos. So can you really depend on him? Is Odegaard the best Madrid player we have?
I don't know. There is so much talent in Dani Ceballos, and everybody knows that. And it's fact. There is so much talent in Dani Ceballos, but I don't know why he's not delivering. I don't know whether he's failed to adopt the Premier League. Last season, it felt like at the end he was, he was adopting and everything was going on so much. But I don't know why he's not clicking to become that, to show us that potential like Odegaard or because you can see the quality in Partey. However much he's not fully fit, but he's already quality. There is already quality. Today I was disappointed in that Ceballos. Look, I expect much more from Dani Ceballos. I expect a player who can drive that ball forward. I expect a player who can keep that ball. I expect a player who can control the rhythm of the game, because that is what he's capable of. That is what he was born to do. He was made for that, but he doesn't do it. And today he had to come off for Thomas Partey, for Martin Odegaard, who actually controlled the game. And this is, Odegaard is the younger player. So I don't know whether we are using Ceballos wrongly, or he's just not meant for the Premier League, or he's not meant for Arsenal. But still, I'll give him a 5. I think he cost us that goal. That's the truth. I don't know. He's literally fighting with the ball and with the person, and I don't know how he's losing the ball. And I'm like, what's going on, man? What are you doing? It's calm down. I mean, I'll give him a 5, but I was not really impressed with his performance. That's the truth. I think, it was. I was so happy when he was pulled off and Odegaard actually brought on. I thought, someone is going to steady the boat, and I think Odegaard. I don't know whether he's having a great spell or his class is actually manifesting, but either way, it was a great substitution by Mikel.
So Ceballos last season, at the end of last season, I couldn't believe how good he was. I was one of those people who was crying to get him back from Madrid. I was like, we don't have enough midfielders. Obviously, at that time, I didn't even know El Neni was going to come back. So I was like, we need Sabasa Sasso, but he's all over the place. I wouldn't give him a 5 because he had a couple of good passes. There's one through pass where Pepe went past the goalkeeper and didn't score. That pass, I
There
think it
was
was
one.
Sabasa to give that.
There was also one in the first half where he put through Aubameyang. Aubameyang should have scored. He sort of like toe poked it. Aubameyang. That was also one as well.
Exactly. So he did have a couple of good passes. So I think 6 would be fair. I don't think he had a bad performance as El Nini, an average performance as El Nini. So I'd give him a 6. AJ 6 or 5?
I'll go. It's a tricky one because I thought Ceballos played really well up until he made another mistake. He just holds onto the ball too much. He's not learning from these mistakes. He did it against he made mistakes against Benfica, which cost us 2 goals. Obviously the free kick. He obviously made the foul for bad foul,
Yeah.
and then he just don't know what. And then we all know what he did for the second goal, and now he's done this again. I think if you're going with the midfield of Xhaka, El Neni, and Ceballos, you're always calling for trouble in that midfield. If you're not going to have either Partey or Ødegaard in there, because it is mad. And Ceballos, just give him back to Madrid. Just please give him back. Just give him back. So probably 5. I'll probably give him 5.
5. It's very interesting that you said you were about to say you were like Ceballos, the mistake he made against that shows you how many he's made, because you're trying to think which one it was. You're trying to think about. It's not one. It's like 6, 7 different mistakes. You're even trying to think which one it was.
He just holds on to the ball too much, though. It's not like tactical or anything. He just holds on to it too much.
Yeah. So okay, you guys give him a 5. The next one, Cozy, I think I'll start with the AJ. I'll give you Smith Rowe on the left again.
Smith Rowe, he sort of played more of a left wing position. He's sort of cut inside. Did I see lots of him? No. Was I overly impressed? Not really. He had good spells, obviously burst and everything, but I didn't see loads, but I'll give him a 6 today.
6, Cozy?
It's an interesting one.
Smith Rowe, I think the reason as to why, because I think if you're going to evaluate Smith Rowe, it's going to be based on the reason as to why Mikel Arteta put him there, for facts, because he could have chosen to go with another winger. Probably he could have chosen to go with either Willian or Martinelli on that side, or Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang as a left winger and Lacazette as a striker. But he decided to go with. Okay, so he decided to go with Smith Rowe, and I think what Smith Rowe gives you is one, stretching play and into those wider areas. He helps you to get into dangerous areas, but whenever you do not have the ball, whenever you lose possession, he gets back and it feels like you have 4 midfielders. If you're playing a 4-3-2, it feels like you have 4 midfielders or 5 midfielders actually in the midfield, trying to to suffocate the spaces. And I think he did that brilliant. Well, he was a little bit disappointed when he actually came off, and I think he shouldn't have been disappointed. I think it was a game where everybody had to play. But for me, I'll give him a 7. I think it's not because I just like him, but I think job well done. He did what he was supposed to do. Try to get that ball and waste time by taking it into the wider areas. We saw him on a couple of occasions trying to pick out Kian Tierney, trying to pick out Pepe, or trying to pick out Bellerin on the wider areas, or himself going into the wider areas. Just try to make it. I don't know how I could say, but all he was doing is get this ball, try to spread play, get this ball, try to distribute play, and I think he did it well. Yeah. For me, I'll give him that 7. I didn't see anything wrong in his play today, until he came off.
So I don't mind having Smith on the left side. The games I've seen him play there against Benfica, especially the one away where he played in Rome, he was very good that day where Aubameyang was missing chances. I think we have so many days like those these days. Smith was very good against Tottenham, very, very good on the left side, coming inside, shooting the ball, giving the passes. He can also use his left foot, not like Pepe on the other side who has to turn back to his left. Smith can use either foot anytime, so I'm happy with him every time. And his combination with Tierney against Tottenham, very good. The way I saw that open mic again with Tierney, The way he was talking to Smith Rowe, very, very good. So I don't really mind him on the left side at all. So how about you, AJ?
For who? Smith Rowe.
Yeah.
I already said I gave him a 5, 6. I think 6.
Yeah, 6. So you're not changing it at all?
No, I'll stick with 6.
Okay, so 6 for Smith Rowe. I give him a 7. I agreed because you'd actually give him a 7. Then the next one is going to be Pepe, a guy you really like, AJ, Pepe.
Yeah, Pepe. At times he got isolated a lot on the right, and I think that was down to Bellerin because Bellerin, for some reason, he's been told to play inverted right into the midfield, and that just isolated Pepe on the right hand side so many times, and he had to try and dig himself out of a hole by himself, Pepe. And Bellerin didn't help that, so that's why Pepe won't get a really high score, and that's not even down to him; that's down to Bellerin. I think because I'm not sure what Cozy thinks, but I think he might agree with it. But Pepe, I'll probably give him a 6 today. He had one really good shot, and if it wasn't for Smith Rowe standing in the way, that would have gone top corner.
Yeah.
He tried ducking Smith Rowe, but he couldn't do as much. Probably would have got a higher mark Smith Rowe if he ducked that. But it's an interesting one. But 6 for today for Pepe's.
Not all of them were blocked by Smith Rowe, though. Like, these chances these guys miss always annoy me. Cozy, Pepe?
Yeah, I do agree with, by the way, with AJ. Not so much, not that brilliant from from Pepe today. Actually, there are occasions where I felt like he was totally lost in the game. But of course, it comes from Hector Bellerin, and actually, there's a big debate whether Cedric and Bellerin are the could be the reason as to why Pepe is good and not good at times. Because when Bellerin is on the pitch, he's playing. He prefers getting that ball and passing it, deep down in the midfield, in the middle of the park, instead of playing with either Pepe or whoever is playing, on the flanks. So he was isolated. I do agree, but Pepe is a player with individual brilliance, and for me, such games need moments like that. Moments of individual brilliance. I expect to see moments of individual brilliance from players like Pepe, from players like Aubameyang, from players like Willian, and surprisingly, from Pepe, at times I never see them because there are times when you feel like this is good. Against Spurs, that pass to Alexander Lacazette, that is brilliant. I expect things like that, but they seldom come from Nicola Pepe. I'll give him a 5. I don't think he did so much apart from that shot that was blocked by Emile Smith Rowe. I don't think he did so much in the game, but he's a very talented player, very gifted. If he could use without support, if he could actually become that kind of player who could take on players and take shots away and create chances. And another problem I have with him is when to shoot and when not to shoot. There's a shot I think Martin Odegaard set him up, and he could easily have set up, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, at the far post. It could have been an easy one for Aubameyang, but he decided to go for goal in a very tight angle. If he can work that, do I shoot from here or do I actually, go for, my teammate? I think he would be a very brilliant player, by the way. I'll give him a 5 in this one. I don't think he did much, not really.
Okay, 5. I don't know. I'd give him what AJ has given him, maybe a 6. I don't think he was a disaster. I don't think he was average. I think he had a little bit of spark here and there. Could have gotten a goal or two. So many chances again. The first half going through, as you said, Cozy should have crossed it for Aubameyang. Second half, one-on-one chance on his left foot. Very weak shot to the keeper again. We want to see more of those like that Tottenham pass, more of that, more of like the Wolves goal is scored away from home, more of that. But yeah, we need to see it more consistently. Then the last one, I saw a meme about Aubameyang driving faster today on Twitter. It was so funny. The way they were showing, like, I think it was a Need for Speed video or something of Aubameyang's driving the car today. But yeah, maybe today should have been the day for him to get late because he was missing so many chances. It looked like they were not interested in scoring. Him and Pepe just looked like they were like, we already gone through. Let's just play around with these guys. He made so many chances, Aubameyang, today. Cozy, Aubameyang.
totally silent in many, in many halves of the game, and when he gets to, when he gets to get on the TV, he decides to miss those chances. Um, it's by the way, it's another game where I felt that, you know, Aubameyang was not so much needed. Not even before even he was put onto the game. For me, it's a game where I felt he was not so much needed. I would have played Alexander Lacazette because we needed to play as a team. We needed everyone to contribute, and we know Lacazette when it comes to involving in game, in play and playing with the team and building with the team, defending and attacking as a team. It's Alexander Lacazette who has those qualities. So. I think it was a wrong game first and foremost. Although he missed the chances, but it was a wrong game. It was, it was a game where we wanted to control the ball. It was a game we wanted to control. Should have been Alexander Lacazette, in that position. Probably, Mikel Arteta never wanted to escalate the rumors that there is bad blood between him and Alexander Lacazette, and the punishment is and Aubameyang, and the punishment is still going on. So he wanted to give him, game time and so on, but. Nothing to talk about, especially positively in the game. Not so much to talk about positively about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in this one. I'll just give him that 5, average 5. My captain, he led us through to the quarterfinals. Why not?
Typical performance against Olympiacos from Aubameyang. He can't have good luck. He never has good luck against them at home. Thank you for that, RK. Great team and good luck to us on our next game. Next game is West Ham and then international break. As always, because he does great transfer videos, so as I always say with AJ and going to express on here, that $10 goes straight to Arsenal for the transfer funds this summer. Cozy, any good targets this summer will come to you. I think we're good enough. I think if we add AJ's
Thunderbird.
Yeah, Sander Badge, exactly. I actually think he's worth that. I don't think he's that good enough. Anyway, so the next one, Aubameyang, she says Aubameyang 5 transfer funds. Yep. So how about you, AJ, Aubameyang?
I love Aubameyang, I do, but today I can't stand by it today. I really can't. Yeah, you can't be missing those 3 chances, especially you're one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Come on, why are you trying to chip him like that? The angle's all wrong. Either try put it past him or just try and whack it top corner. What were you like? He just didn't know what to do. And the one with Tobias when you put it in, why are you toe poking it? Just put your feet around it and put it in the top corner that's going in. And then what was the other one again? I thought, Martinelli, put it on a plate for him. He should be doing a bit better. Try to put it into the corner. And then even the rebound, the second chance, you have to be doing better than that. Other than that, he pressed and he pressed in the first half, but in the second half he gave up. He just couldn't bother to press anymore. But I'll give him a 3. If I'm honest, I can't back that. I really can't. And he can't hold up a ball for his life. I would have taken him off for half time.
Yeah, what did you give him, Cozy?
I give him a 5.
A 5.
Bro, I need to head off now. But see you on
Sunday. No problem, man. Sunday's game, 3 p.m. UK time. No problem. Tell me man of the match before you go.
Man of the match for today has to go to Tierney.
Favorite player, man. Thank you, man. Thank you for that, Bagav, again. I really appreciate it. Good content, man. Keep up the good work as always. I think we're close to Grealish, Cozy. I think we're getting close to Grealish transfer funds. I think we're that close to Grealish. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. So Aubameyang, I don't think I'd give him a 3. I think yes, missing those chances. Let me tell you something, Cozy. If that game was 1-1 from the first leg and then they miss all these chances, I would have been fuming. I'm just okay with it because we had already done the job, and it's is it the same players that did the job? No, it's actually Gabriel and Lenuel helped us in the first leg and Odegaard. So I'm really annoyed with that. So Lacazette maybe would have scored one of those, as you always say, but I'm okay with it because we won the game. So that's fine. Aubameyang gets. I'd give him a 5.
Actually,
4. I'd give him a 4.
The reason I'm crying for Lacazette is not because he would have scored, because all of us know Aubameyang is the clinical striker of the two. But the reason that you want Alexander Lacazette in a game like that, because you're trying to control play and you can trust him with the ball for 40 seconds, 1 minute, and he's not going to lose it. He's very good at playing with a lot of patience and building up with the team. So that's the reason as to why I would have played Lacazette.
Lacazette. Okay, so on the bench, let's get to the subs just quickly. The first one to come on was Partey. I don't know about you, Cozy. I've not spoken to you about the recent games, but Partey, I don't know, man. He's holding on to the ball. He's made a couple of mistakes every single game nowadays. He's moving like Shaka. Even today, held on to the ball a bit. Against Tottenham, Luis was so mad at him when he gave away that corner from nowhere. So, wow, what's happening to Partey? Do you think it's just a couple of mistakes?
I think his fitness and confidence levels have been affected by injuries, because we know the quality Thomas Partey can bring, and we know even you just look at this game, and he made a couple of mistakes even in this one, by the way. I think twice, and I was like, what is he even doing? But you could see how good he was. You could see how quality he was. When he came on. So I think the quality is there. I think it's not going to be a loss, and we have already seen what he's capable of. He just needs to get those regular game time, and he's been denied regular game time courtesy of injuries, and he's adapting to the league now, suffering from injuries. There is the difference in culture in UK, so everything is different, but he needs a lot of time. He needs some more time to catch up, and I think he will definitely and eventually catch up, and it's going to be a very big building block. I think this is funny, but what El Neni and Ceballos failed to do is, it was done by one man, and that was Thomas Partey. Because literally what he came on was to do correct passing and reduce the rhythm at which Olympiacos were playing. Tune down the music. As simple as that. That's what we needed, and he did it. And for me, there was nothing else I wanted from him. I'll give him a 7. By the way, I think he helped us very, very much in the midfield. Olympiacos had gotten a lot of confidence and boost. They were manning the midfield. They were literally running the midfield. They were running the show in the middle of the park. You needed to cross them down, and I think we did it.
So I'll have a couple of videos tomorrow for West Ham against Arsenal. I've already recorded one combined 11 with the West Ham fan. And the main debate in that video, Cozy, was Rice or Partey. Like we had to talk about that for like 20 minutes, because Partey this season, as you said, has been out for a lot of games, but Rice has been very consistent for them. So that was one of the main topics. Would you have Rice? Would you have Partey for this season? Very, very difficult. So I'll put in the chat right now the link. You can watch it tomorrow. The next time to come on, Cozy, was Odegaard came in at the same time.
Yeah, Odegaard came in at the same time as Thomas Partey. And I don't know whether this was too obvious for Mikel Arteta, but what a substitution, what a brain to think about that in that particular moment, and what a result. I think if Odegaard had played around 60 minutes, he was going to be man of the match.
Yeah.
Right from his time of introduction, he starts right away. He takes a corner. If you still remember, he comes on the pitch and takes a corner. And that's where his action makes. His action starts. He sets up Pepe. Pepe should have scored that. I don't know why he didn't score. I mean, he went for the wrong decision anyway. Very weak shot. Straight to the hands of the goalkeeper. But I think, are you excited about Martin Odegaard? Because I think he's catching up, and we could also have a chance to sign him. I think he's different from Dani Ceballos, because what Odegaard has is controls the game. He has the ability to do whatever thing he wants with the ball. Pass it, shoot it, those intelligent runs. There is one he was trying to look for Emily Smith Rowe, of course, the defender got in the way. He had a shot on goal. Imagine he came on and he had a shot on goal, and of course, he didn't, he couldn't actually calm the ball down, to on target. But I like the way he controls the ball before he actually takes the shot. So I think he's a very different kind of player amongst Arsenal players. Very, very different. And I think I've said this before on my channel that Odegaard, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, Saka, those 4 players give you something different. And when you combine them, you're getting quality. And then when you add players like Thomas Partey, you could see the future of Arsenal is a little bit, brighter than all of us.
A
little bit.
I'll tell you something about Odegaard. I always say, I hope we sign him. I know, like, we can't sign him directly. We can get him on another loan. But the thing with Odegaard, as I always say, like, it's like I go to Japan right now for 1 month holiday, and then I meet a girl there, and then I fall in love with her, and I know I'll be out of Japan within 1 month, and then I'm in love with someone who's no longer going to be seeing me in the next 1 month. That's me and Odegaard. We know Odegaard is going to leave in the next few weeks, and I really love what he's doing at Arsenal. I'm actually really loving him as a player, the way he takes the ball forward. The set pieces are okay as well. So I don't know, man. We are getting. I didn't want the team to be built around him because he's not going to be here for any time and any longer. Like, he's going to be here for a few more weeks. But as long as he can help us for this season for the Europa League, I'll be very happy. So speaking of the Europa League, United have gone through and Rangers have gone out. So it's really starting to look like United versus Arsenal in this competition. The next players to be brought on, 3 players. For example, was Chambers on for long enough?
Nothing to talk about really about Chambers. Nothing. Not so much. You give him that standard 5.
Standard 5. Martinelli?
Yeah, actually, I needed to talk about Gabi because for me, he made an impact when he came on. And, I think that is something that, you've got to appreciate from a player like Gabriel Martinelli. He's frustrated, I know. He's having so many questions. Why aren't I playing football? I'm one of the best players, on this Arsenal side. I'm one of the best, hardworking players. Because for me, if they are hardworking players at Arsenal, then it is Martinelli and Kian Tierney. Very hardworking lads. Very hardworking. But and he made an impact when he came on, and I was like, why didn't you give him a chance? Why don't you give him a chance? I don't know what's wrong with Mikel. I think he makes me feel like we're going back in the days of William Saliba and those things. Why isn't Saliba playing? Those things. But for me, I'm going to give Martinelli a 6. Ahead of the standard 5. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. I think when it comes to the pitch, there is something different he offers. There is that thing that he offers the club that not so many other players do offer, and that's what many people will actually like about him, and that's what I do like about him. He's so aggressive as a player that when you compare him with Aubameyang on the pitch, you feel Aubameyang is playing for himself and not the team, and you feel Martinelli is playing with a lot of aggression. He's so aggressive, and I think 6 out of 10, but he needs to get more game time. I think Mikel Arteta needs to realize that.
I seriously can't remember who else came on. I have 4 subs. Odegaard came in with Odegaard, and then we've done Martinelli, we've done Chambers, we've done I don't remember who else came on. I know Nketiah and Nelson didn't come on. I wanted them to come on as well. Cedric didn't come on. Pablo Mari didn't come on. Holding. Did we only make 4 subs? I don't know. Anyone who knows who else came on, let me know. Odegaard, I've done Odegaard already. So first of all, let's go into the manager. What did you make of the manager today? Starting lineup, the way he fielded the team.
Yeah, we only made 4 subs. By the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Mikel, look, Mikel is surprising everybody. The league position.
Not me.
Yeah, of course, not me as well. But the league position is still letting him down. But for me, the reason I'm going to give him credit in this one particularly is his ability to change, to shift in game. That is key. That is very, very important. And I like about I like it. Like he did it against Manchester United. I think he pulled off Gabriel Martinelli and put on Willian. You know, he's done it on a couple of occasions in different games where he puts off a certain player and actually brings on someone, and everybody's like, what is he trying to do? And then things actually work out for him. But for this one, it was something that, even if Thomas Partey or Odegaard had come on, as a single player, we would appreciate. But he actually makes a double substitution very, very fast. So that ability to shift in game is what actually makes him a different young manager than Lampard, than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, than the others who are actually very, very still, who are still very traditional. But I don't want to give him a lot of credit. We lost the game.
We did. It feels like we won. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll give him an 8 out of 10. I think that decision, the first substitution and the timing, the right players, the right timing, and everything goes back to normal. So I'll give him that 8. I think credit a manager when he needs the credit, and criticize him when he's not doing well. Yeah, let him take his 8 out of 10.
I wouldn't give him an 8. I'd probably give him a 6 because we lost the game. I wanted us to get one goal fast. I think I'm putting Ceballos, Xhaka, Elneny. We're trying to kill off the game too early. Would have done that at halftime instead. So I'd give him a 6 for today. I was okay with the rest of the players. I would have started Gabriel Luiz, Bellerin, Ceballos. I would have rested Smith Rowe, Tierney, and played a stronger midfield. So I'd give him a 6 for today. Some stats from today's game in terms of shots and all that. If I could get them, we had 12 shots. They had 8. We had 5 on target. They had 2. They had a position of 55%. We had 481 passes. They made more passes than us, 558. Passing accuracy, 81% for us, 82 for them. They committed 13 fouls. They committed 9. 2 yellow cards for us, 1 for them. They picked up a red card. I forgot about that. Was it a red card for you?
Yeah. It was. It was a disciplinary issue. It wasn't so much of something to fight about. It was a disciplinary issue, and I mean, it's you've clearly committed a foul, and you've been booked, which is which you realize, and then you're hitting the ball towards the referee, which I think it was, the intention was not to hit that ball towards the referee. It was out of frustration, and I do understand. And you could see the player, he failed to go down the tunnel. He was literally in tears, but it was a red card, disciplinary issue.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the character we are talking about in players performing at a level. That is what you have to perform at top level. You need to have the character. You need to know, what should I do? What am I supposed to do? And what can't I do in certain, circumstances?
Okay, so last 5 minutes with Cozy. The teams have been confirmed for the quarterfinals. I'll be doing a live reaction tomorrow at 12 midday for the Europa League. Tottenham are out, man. I'm so happy. So there's Arsenal, there's Dinamo Zagreb, there's Granada, there's Roma, there's Villarreal, Emre, obviously. There's Slavia Prague, there's Man United, and there's Ajax. So very, very tough teams. Let me know in the chat, whoever is here, still here. Let me know which team you want us to be drawn against. Ajax, United, Slavia Prague, Villarreal, Roma, Granada, and Dinamo Zagreb. Cozy, which one do you want from those 7 teams?
You know what? This is funny, but you'd rather give me Manchester United on the quarterfinals than
than in the finals.
Than in the final or the semis.
Yeah.
Because
thank you. No, thank you. Not now.
Look, the reason as why I'm going with United, Glenn, is basically I'm looking at Arsenal shivering against Olympiacos, at the round of 16, beating Benfica on the last hour, the more you get closer to the final, the more the pressure the more it becomes intense and the pressure and everything. So, and I know if we don't remove Manchester United, someone is not going to eliminate United. They I think their quality in this, in the Europa League now, can we say they are the best?
I think they're favorites.
They could be the favorite. So truth is, I would go with Manchester United quarterfinals, fight them, pray that someone eliminates Ajax, and then you could give me anyone on the semi-finals. I can bash them, and I could bash anyone, in the finals, because there is no Sevilla. So I'm going with United. Frankly, I'm going with United.
I'm not sure about that. Okay, and which one do you want to avoid totally?
Avoid totally any Spanish team. Any Spanish team for now. Yeah.
For me, I don't know. Give me a Slavia Prague. Give me a Dinamo Zagreb, please. I know Slavia Prague has eliminated Tottenham, not Tottenham, Leicester and Rangers, and Dinamo Zagreb have eliminated Tottenham. So I don't know which one. I don't know which one is easier, but I definitely don't want Ajax or Roma. I think
we can handle Roma. I think the problem with Ajax is they are literally a football institution. Their football education is so good. You're literally playing people who know much about football, and that's why I'm really afraid about them. And I know they'll make it to the semi-finals no matter what. Even if they have United or us, they might make it to the semi-finals.
It's getting to the business end. I want to see Roma versus United. I want to see Ajax versus Villarreal. I want to see Slavia Prague against Arsenal, Dinamo Zagreb against Granada. They're also making the semi-final draw tomorrow. So we will know the teams that will face in the semi-final as well if you go through in the quarterfinal. So I want to hear Arsenal will be facing Slavia Prague, and if they win, they'll be facing Dinamo Zagreb or Granada. And then I'll be like, yes, this is it. But as you know, with our luck, we'll be given Ajax, and then we'll be told, if you win, you're going to get either Roma or United. I just know our luck. But I wouldn't want United in a two-legged game. I think Arteta is very good in one game, like cup game, like City, Chelsea. One game will beat you, but 2 legs against United, I don't know how that one will work out. So for me, I'd please Slavia Prague, please. So last question, Cozy. West Ham against Arsenal. What's your prediction?
It's a hard one. It's a hard one. West Ham against Arsenal is a very hard one. The way David Moyes is transforming West Ham United, and anyone on this channel or anyone who watches this video, I would say go and watch James Alcott's video about how West Ham became great again. You'll know the difference between West Ham last season and West Ham this season, and how hard it is to beat or to play against West Ham this season. And I was surprised that they played very boring, they literally played trash against Manchester United. I thought they would put up a challenge, but they didn't put a challenge. It was a much deserved win for Manchester United. And I was like, wait a minute, what's really happening? But I think it's a London derby, one of the things that actually can decorate it. We are going in that game with with some confidence in the pocket. I think Arsenal 2, West Ham 1. It could be the final score.
I think they'll get a corner against us. So thank you for coming on, Cozy. Make sure you go and check out Cozy on Cozy's Arsenal podcast. He'll be there doing more videos. I think he's already done a reaction, so go check it out. Thank you for watching, everyone. Keep staying safe. Thank you for the super chat, Bagav and RK, and I'll catch up with you guys later.